Ah, shit.
Yeah. Ooh. Kill it. Dance. Oh, shit. So this is a game called Project Session. Supposed to be a spiritual successor to Skate 3. Although Session's kind of different because the controls are absolutely broken. I've been playing for like, I don't know, maybe a couple hours. I played with my buddy last night. We were getting used to it and whatnot. The only difference from Skate 3 or the Skate series in general to this game here is just about fucking everything. The controls are totally different, where the Skate series had a flick it control where you do like a little whoop-cha and shoot it up to the sky, and you do a flip trick, you know, kick flip, whatever. But then this one here is a little bit different, where now it's got right foot and left foot, and then if you're clicking your right foot, it's on the right stick. So if I just wanted to do a little ollie, I'm like shapam, that's not an ollie. If I wanted to use the left foot, I'm gonna use the left stick. Whoop-pa, that's an ollie right there. It's a switch ollie for me. And these controls, I gotta say, I've been using them for a little while now. They need a little refinement, but I think it has a lot of potential. I don't know exactly the whole story about the guys behind creating this game. However, Jeff was telling me, that's my buddy who bought it, he was telling me that they're from Montreal or some shit, and they're building it as a two-man team, and now they created a Kickstarter. And apparently they met their goal super quick. And they released this demo as kind of a get to know the game, so people will feel enticed to back it, as my way of reading it. That being said, as you could see, the ragdoll physics are a little over the top. But there's something kind of charming about being tossed around like an idiot. Oh, the paw came out of nowhere. It's especially funny when you seem to bend into positions that no human being is capable of bending into. So I ran the living hell out of the Skate series, and I gotta say, I'm really excited for this one to continue development. Even though this game is clearly a work in progress, I find myself rather refreshed to be getting into a fresh skateboarding game that's not stupid, do a backflip onto a electric fence, onto a kickflip alligator ride. There's still obviously some animation additions needed for stuff like this, so you don't look like an idiot flipping around the screen. But from my understanding, the animations are essentially placeholders for now until they kind of refine, oh god, until they refine the whole control scheme, I guess you could say. Oh I haven't got the timing down yet for flip tricks necessarily. You know, skating my normal goofy stance is one thing, but as soon as you start to do nollie, you start to do switch, you start to do fakie, all your timing goes out the window and you're left with a cluttered mess of trying to skate. The one thing that I gotta give major kudos to is the fact that they made switch feel stupid, just like it does in real life. You want to switch kickflip? That shit ain't easy. You gotta try and like 10 times and you chicken out and you do a couple ollies and then you get your confidence up. And then you're like, yeah, I could switch kickflip. Let me get a little bit of speed. And then you try it and you're like, oh, I can't, because I can't get the timing right. Maybe a switch shove. That would be a little easier. So we pop it. Oh, no, I panicked. So we pop it. Oh, there we go. You see, a little bit easier. Switch kickflip. That shit's impossible. I just did it. Another aspect to this game is turning with the controller. That's a given. What I mean to say, one other aspect to this game is now you're turning with the triggers. You're carving, sweeping, sliding, whatever you want to do. There's no power sliding. I take that back. Whoa! I board ducked in. Spinning with the triggers can be a good thing. And it can also be a poopy bad thing, because when you're trying to line up for stuff, it seems that you're never quite perfectly lined up like the joystick seems to allow you to do. However, it does feel nice while you're in the air, because it seems that you can preload your spin a little bit, so you can get a little stylish, little tweak in there. You see what I mean? You get ready for a spin, you tweak it up, and you go, whap! And it looks a little neater, even though the animation's broken. Let's see if I can glitch out of the game. It's very likely. Let's just cram myself up against the corner and start spamming. Oh, that's a broken neck right there. The timing of tricks seems a little weird at first because you're used to the skate controls. With this one, you almost need to do it a touch earlier than you would in skate. But the preload is still there. The same aspect of I'm getting ready to do a flip trick. I gotta get down and ready to go. But it seems like my flip is always a touch late. So I always have to try to make sure I do earlier than I'm suspecting. That's my personal input. Skating rails at first is stupid. Lining up, getting it to work, end up flip-flopping like a fish over the ledge here. But once you kind of get used to it, it's alright. I'm not used to it. It feels alright, but it's a little weird. You gotta make sure you do the correct combination of left foot, right foot directions before you land on the ledge, which makes sense. But it's also a little bit bizarre feeling in a game. If I turn my body 90 degrees and land straight on the rail, it doesn't board slide. You end up sacking yourself. That could be an implementation they wish to add, I don't know. But spinning onto rails is something I don't even want to think about yet. That shit seems impossible. Well, anything harder than that seems impossible. Oh, man. Just when you land a sweet trick. There is a certain charm, I will say, to slamming into stuff pretty hard because the flip-flopping nature of your body is too damn good. Oh, God. Another thing that it's absolutely broken in this game is the way you push. When you're skating goofy, you use your X button, just like you would in skate. And if you're skating regular, you use the A button, but who skates regular anyways? The one thing I will note is that the speed that you need to clear stuff is quite immense, which means you got to be pushing your ass off flying into it by spamming the button. There is a frantic sense to it, to be honest, and that is not necessarily a bad thing. It makes it feel like when you're piling up to go up and over a barrier, you really got to haul ass just like you would in real life. There's a frantic sense of pushing, like, oh God, I got to get up to speed. Right before. These little pussy pushes are annoying at times when you want to get going quick. But then once you get going quick, you're moving like a ball of fire and there's no stopping it. Sometimes this happens when you respond and then you don't and then you're far away. Kinda neat. Just like in skate, there's manuals. But if you're doing a regular manual, you push down on your back foot. If you're doing a regular nose manual, you push up on your right foot. Realistic idea, I guess, and it kind of feels good. That being said, it's always weird to jump into it when you're used to using the right joystick for most maneuvers in skate. With the foot placement on manuals and rails, I find I never using the ones that involve using the back foot. For me, I'm goofy and I use my right foot. So that means when I'm used to doing tricks with my right foot and placing my manuals and grinds with my right foot or right joystick, I find I'm always gravitating to those ones just out of habit. I guess I'll just have to get used to it. I'm not sure the difference between a shove and a 3-shove yet. It seems like it's just how far you push it. I just figured it out. Heel flips are just as broken as they feel in real life. Half the time I don't even flick it. I don't know why. Maybe it's my stupid ass thumbs. Heel flip, damn it! No matter how many times I try, it's just an ollie. There it is. Right into the bank. Here, over the set. Nope. Speaking of my lack of capabilities of doing heel flips, it reminds me of real life, learning actually tricks, because I gotta say, I cannot do heel flips. Just like I can't do them in the game. But learning that sensation of trying something, and once you actually do it, that gratification that comes off of doing a trick that you've been struggling with is very real in this game, which it kind of diminished throughout the years of skate. Damn, I finally did one just after I said that shit. And it feels good. It is kind of like learning how to use your feet just like you did in actual skateboarding. You're learning how to use it again. Learning you gotta flick. Little different but similar as best you can get is to some degree. Wow, that was actually sick. Another really great feature in this game is simply the fact that you can jump around like an idiot. Yay! 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 Up and over! Yay! Sometimes this happens, where nothing on the joysticks work except a little revert. Just about every element of this park is really skatable as well. The benches are cool for like a quick little manual or maybe a quick grind. The flat bars actually feel real nice too, for just big basic grinds, maybe a flip in or maybe a flip out. Another really cool feature is this rail right here. I find I tend to skate it jumping out to the second down, because kind of skating it from the beginning feels slow and janky, I guess. I guess it makes sense they're trying to go for realism and you're spending more time sliding on trucks, but it just simply feels better to actually jump out to the down, maybe do a flip trick. One thing I dislike about this, just about every single thing in this park is actually skatable, except for this rail. I have yet to actually manage to land anything on it. Any angle seems to be broken. Speed seems stupid. You're either flying way too fast or you can barely make it up it. I think it's a combo of the way the ramps are set up, as well as the pushing, and the fact that everything makes you fall. Whoa. Whoa. All right, count it. I gotta say though, so far, I'm really impressed with what they have. I know it's way too early to tell what the final game is going to be like, but judging by the way they're running their campaign, how the game actually is so far, I really think they're going the right direction with this game. No more hollow meat bullshit, which no one likes to do. No more follow missions where you gotta follow someone for 300 meters and just not fall and entice the player to not do tricks. The whole point of the game. It's actually just nice to see a skate game going towards a realistic approach, or at least a more down-to-earth approach where landing a 3-flip down a double set would be huge, where ollieing over a barrier is actually pretty damn high and just about impossible and broken, where doing a flip trick out of a handrail is actually pretty damn hard. It's just like real life. The main thing is that when I hop into this game, I do have a lot of fun, and I think that this game has huge potential. I think the one nicest thing about this game is that it's kind of living up to its name and expectations, I guess you could say, so far. When you're skating, it does feel like you're just having a session skateboarding. Especially with my style of playing. I kind of get something in my mind that I want to do, and then I'll just keep trying it until I do it or give up and hate my life. And when that comes down to actually doing it in a line especially, it's really rewarding once you've kind of struggled on it in this game. Overall, I'm really quite excited for the new game and really looking forward to the developments ongoing. So I recommend everybody checking it out.